Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to create this pink logo right here. And this logo is going to be done completely with shapes using just circles and squares. So if you guys want to see how to make a logo using nothing but the shape builder tool and no pen tool at all, then stick around and I got a treat in store for you guys today. Let's get started here by choosing the size of the artboard. So for this artboard we're going to do 1280 by 720 points, and that is the perfect size for a landscape. So after we hit create here, let's go ahead and start by putting the artboard where we want it to be to start our project. Next we'll go ahead and go over here and grab the ellipse tool, or you can press L if you're super fancy awesome, and let's draw an ellipse here. So after we have the ellipse the size that we want it, let's go ahead and make the stroke for it be about 40 points. So next, I just want to go ahead and turn off this fill here and change my stroke color to a purplish color. Now that we have this going on here, let's go ahead and go to the object menu and the path menu and click outline stroke. So what that does is instead of having it be a path like this that you can't edit the points, what it does is it actually makes every point in here editable, and it makes it to where certain things will line up with this a lot better. So now that you have that done, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and go up to the view menu and make sure that your smart guides are turned on. This will make it to where you can line everything up in here and get everything to be just the right shape. So let's start at this anchor point right here and make ourselves a rectangle. This rectangle is going to come down about this far. Let me just make sure that that seems about right. Actually, I'm going to make the rectangle come down a little bit further, and there we go. So this rectangle here is going to be the base size for the lines that I'm going to use for the rest of this logo. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab this rectangle and hold down Alt to duplicate it. Now we're going to go over here and move this rectangle around to where it's lining up with the bottom of the ellipse. And I'm going to go ahead and do this by putting down a ruler just to make sure that everything is lined up perfectly. And we're going to make this an actual sort of typographical logo. So let's resize this and stretch this out to go up there, but I don't want it to go all the way up because of the circle for the eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up with this part of the logo, this part of the P right here, and then I'm going to grab the ellipse tool again and create the dot for the eye. And I want the dot to be about that size, and I'll put it there. And there's no real art to the size of the dot, it's just kind of looking and seeing what fits best with the rest of the logo, and I think that fits pretty well. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab this here and we're going to go ahead and drag it out, and we'll put it right about here. And let's take this circle right here and actually drag it out over here and line this up inside of the eye. And we'll take this box here and we'll move it up. So now what we've got is we've got the basic shape for an N. So now looking at this, I would say this looks a little bit too big. So we're actually going to resize this circle here by just deleting it all together and drawing out a new one. And we'll swap this here with the stroke and go back up to a stroke of 40 and make sure that we get the right size. We want the spacing of this to be just right. And if I pull this in a little bit here, the spacing is really close. I think that looks about right, so we'll go ahead and click this circle here, go to the object menu, go to the path menu, and then click outline stroke. And we'll select everything and do Shift M to pull out your shape builder tool. Hold down Shift to delete this and merge these parts of the line right here. Delete that circle, merge this here, merge everything together into one shape, and delete that part and delete that part. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to smooth all of this out by selecting all these points and just dragging them in with this part right here. So now when you zoom out, it looks pretty close to being good, but I think the size of this eye here is actually not right. So I'm going to make the eye a little bit bigger and pull up this dot. And I would say that looks quite a bit better. So I'm going to move everything over just a little bit and grab this here and move this over to about here. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to resize this and put this up to the very top of the eye, like that. Now we're going to grab this and hold Alt and Shift and get it just the way we want it, and then we'll rotate it by 45 degrees by pulling out the rotate tool and holding down Shift. Holding down Shift will be 45 degrees at a time. So now let's get this right where we want it, and I would say that's about where I want it. And we'll rotate it again like so. And make sure that this is lined up with the bottom of that line there. And I'll pull it in. And I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go back to my shape builder tool and go ahead and delete this and merge all of this here. And I'm going to grab this part right here and just hold down Shift to pull it down at the same angle it's at and line it up with the line right there. And I'm going to do the same thing with this anchor point right here. And there we go. That is a typographical logo. Now all I'm going to do is resize it for the artboard and hold down Control and semicolon to get rid of the ruler line that I have, and go ahead and hold down Control G and group it all up and center it out on the artboard. Now looking at everything all together like this, I noticed that the line on the P could actually go down just a little bit more, so I'm going to pull that down just a hair. And I would say that looks pretty good. So the final step to all of this is just choosing a color. And I want to choose a color that is a pink color but not too in your face. So I'm going to go ahead and make a sort of pastel pink for this by just dragging this down until I get to the color that I want, and that's pretty close to where I want it, but not quite. Give it a little more pink, make it a little lighter. And there it is. I think that's the color pink that I want, and all I want to do now is just add the background to it, like so, and send the background to the very back, and we'll make this background just a little bit darker of a pink. Start by pressing the preview button, and we'll start messing with the colors here until we get it just where we want it, which is right about there. There you have it. That is designing a logo using just shapes. I didn't do anything else. So if you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about this video, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye.